Happy Sunday morning to you folks. Well, a lot's happened since the last time we talked, and all of it good. Not the least of which is getting to meet some friends for the first time. And that kind of sounds weird. How are you friends if you just met yesterday? Well, let me explain that. That's pretty. Let me explain that. But first, I want y'all's opinion. Do y'all hate this, like this? Should I get away with it? Is it boring? Whatever. This right here. As y'all know, yesterday, a bunch of fellers and fellerettes met, I don't know how many, 20,000 or so? I don't know. Met at this place in Atlanta called Bladeshow. More on that little tidbit in just a second. Well, amongst these people were a group of friends who have met each other through YouTube, myself included, and people like Terry's Nice Man Stuff, Kaylin, Gunslinger Cow, Randy at Georgia Adventure. Sorry, I wish I could spend on more time talking to you and your wife, Randy. Seem like y'all real good folks. Travis, the case guy. Y'all know I have the ability to do a little bit of blabbering and getting lost sometimes. I have to excuse Cooper. He probably heard a mouse break wind over yonder in the woods somewhere. Anyway, you know, it's just like, and we said it before, Brother Terry's Nice Man Stuff, we were talking here a while back about, hey man, ain't it crazy how you get to become friends with people and feel like you've known them for a long time and never even shook their hand or anything. We got that took care of yesterday, didn't we? Great guys, man. I really enjoyed meeting y'all and y'all's wives. It was a good day. Sorry guys if I kind of caught y'all off guard, but I'm kind of a hugging kind of feller, so yeah. Yeah, and then when we first got in there and we started talking and everything, you know, I was kind of, we'll just say Bladeshow is sensory overload. If you've never been to Bladeshow, yeah. Let's imagine it this way. Imagine you're a dry bean, a dry pinto, or if you like Great Northern or butter beans, that work too. But a dry bean, and you get put in a blender full of marbles. I hope these fellas and their wives didn't think I was some kind of aloof, strange, than normal kind of feller. Because, yeah, kind of. But after a while, I kind of figured it out. And I will say this, next year at Bladeshow, good Lord willing lets me survive that long, the Bladeshow part's going to be a lot funner. The meeting the fellas and their lovely wives could not have been better. And just a plain old dude and a hillbilly. It's, I've been around a lot of crowds. I don't live far from Clemson. Big Clemson football fan, too. I don't mention that much because that's not what this channel's about. But, yeah, I've been around crowds, but the whole Bladeshow thing is kind of different. This is my standard crowd. Hey, dude. Harold, how you doing? Coconut. What's y'all? And this is the crowd I really dig. So it usually takes me a few minutes to kind of adjust to situations. But afterwards, I kind of morph into myself. Yeah, that ladder's too short to climb that pole. Now that I know what to expect, I'm looking forward to next year's Bladeshow. Many of you fellers and fellerettes can possibly get there. I know for some of you the travel's kind of crazy. But if y'all can get there, I'd like to meet y'all fellers too. And I know the other fellers and fellerettes would like to meet y'all fellers and fellerettes too. So all that just to say this, that, yeah, had a ball. Best part of having a ball was when we left Bladeshow. And we went out to eat together, broke bread together, got to talk to everybody and kind of learn, figure out who everybody is. And yeah, everybody's just like they are on YouTube. I ain't kidding. Terry, he seems like this really, really sweet Southern gentleman guy on YouTube. And some of you probably thinking, oh, they ain't no way he's really like that in real life. Oh, yeah, he is too. Kalen, Gunslinger Cow, nicest guy you ever want to be around, man. I mean, nice as can be. Georgia Adventure, Randy. Like I said, I didn't get to talk to them too much, but basically we got there like 45 minutes after the doors opened because, well, yeah, we kind of got lost. And then when we got there, it took us a little while to park, about an hour. It's about 45 minutes, but it's close enough to an hour. We'll round it off. Especially, big shout out to the latest guy amongst the posse of friends, Travis, the case guy. Travis is a bubbly, talkative feller, I think, and I'm not critiquing or saying he don't do a good job on his YouTube videos, because he does. But as you guys get to know him more, y'all gonna really love Travis. He's got a great personality, good guy, friendly as the day is long. And I met his buddy that got him into case night yesterday. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. I apologize. I'm not real memorable. I'm more forgetful. Well, we was at the case. Let me rewind that. We're at the Bladeshow, and I had some pretty good scores. I wound up way under budget. That's always a good thing, ain't it? And I'll probably show you what I got here in a few minutes. This is kind of, when Cornbread hits the record button, it's just kind of, we're going to talk about something, So I'll probably show y'all what I picked up. One that I thought was a really amazing deal. And then I got a couple of Bearing Sons. In case you don't know and haven't watched many of my videos, I'm becoming a pretty big fan of Bearing Sons. Anywho, so scored some knives, had a blast. Got to figure out Bladeshow. Like I say, next time it's gonna be good. I got to meet the guys, Terry and Kaylin and Randy, and you guys, man, I really dug it. One person I didn't get to meet, I really wanted to meet, was Kevin, the knife doctor. He was there, and Terry and them had met up with him before I got there. And I looked around for him. I don't have his phone number. Any way to contact him. And yeah, the place is a madhouse. It's a fun madhouse, don't get me wrong. When I met Georgia Adventure, I hadn't been there. My daughter walked in and we walked into the first room, okay? And we walked in, I was like, man, it's a big old room, a bunch of people here, a lot of vendors, blah, 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 blah. And we got looking around. Well, that room was a lot of the up-and-comers, custom knife makers, lots and lots of fixed blades and balisongs, butterfly knives, all kinds of like specialty kind of sort of stuff, I guess you'd say. Well, we go through, set my coffee down. We go through there, we go through the whole thing. I'm getting everybody's business card and taking a picture of what they do and, their knives with the business card so I remember who's who. And I'm like, man, I hadn't seen anything. No case, cold steel, no nothing. And a big one I wanted to check out, it was, I'm trying to do fewer edits these days. Now you're kind of starting to see why I do so many edits. Because I rabbit trail. I'm out of here. Anyway, we got through this first room, and I was like, man, they got to be more here than this. What's going on? Well, we found a program outside the door, and yeah, there was more there than that. There was a gigantic room, more like a warehouse, actually. And, Lord, let me tell you, it's where all the heavy hitters were, the creme de la creme, so to speak. And there were just tons of vintage knife guys there, and gals, and yeah, but that's where we are. And that, when I walked into that room, is when I bumped into Randy, Georgia Adventure, and his lovely wife. Everybody's coming by and moving and going. And I spotted him. I said, "Hey, Randy." And he turned around. He comes over, shakes my hand and everything. We get to kind of talking a little bit. And I'm still kind of shell-shocked, you know, the whole being in a blender full of marbles thing. And I'm kind of like, "Nice to meet you, man." And his wife, she's sweet as she can be. And I finally started kind of getting my bearings, and we talked a little bit. And Randy said, "Hey, I got this bag. I picked something out of here." Just gotten in a little roll of leather. And see, I'm not going to edit that out. I'm trying to show y'all why I ate it so much. But I just gotten in this roll of leather, and I was going to make a slip. And if I dig it out of my pocket, I was going to make a slip for this. It's my little Scrimshaw Ranger large stockman. And I've kept this thing. I got a piece of bubble wrap that I kept wrapped around it with a rubber band. And I was like, man, I need to put that in a slip. You know, that way when I put it in my box and everything, it don't get all scratched up and beat up and everything. So I was going to make a slip. So I looked in Randy's little bag of goodies. Never guess what I found. Just tell me. Don't that pretty. And I'm glad he had that in there, because I was just going to make like a little leather tube, which is pretty much what I do with my slips. Now, bam, problem solved. Thank you, Brother Randy. I appreciate that. That's pretty, ain't it? I think Randy and them, they were moving along and everything. I don't know if they left. I never got to see them again. And just in case you're watching this, Randy, you and your lovely bride, it was a pleasure to meet you folks, and maybe we'll get to talk more next time. I kind of got to walking around, and Terry and Kaylin, they were going through it. Well, look at here. They were into it. They got over in the vintage knife collection, or vintage knife section stuff and everything, and they were digging and looking and talking and everything. And I was kind of looking around, and I went down below them a little bit, and I spotted this. Now, when I spotted this, it's a Parker Brothers, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Look how thick that stag is. This thing is dope. When I spotted this, it's absolutely perfect. I told the lady, I said, you know what, hang on just a second. There's a fella coming right here. I'm going to see if he wants this before I buy it, because I know how Terry feels about this Parker stuff. Well, Terry's like, he was doing other things and yada, yada, yada. So I bought it. Yeah. One thing that kind of struck me, I've not even wiped it off, is y'all can look at this and see how dirty it is and nasty. And if they had taken a few minutes to wipe this knife down and clean it up a little bit before they put it in their display case, this is easily a $100 knife all day long. Maybe more, I don't know. I bought this thing for 60 bucks. Now, I'm gonna never dull it and clean it up real good, and I'm not gonna take 100 bucks for it. And yeah, I'm gonna blow y'all's mind with this, but you know, look at that. That thing, that big fat stag. Oh, I probably won't use this knife much. You know, I said that. I just think that is absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, we're going to try to keep it gorgeous, at least as long as possible. And then we went over to the Bear & Son display, or the Bear & Son booth. And I'm sorry, but if you guys hear a mower running behind me, there is an old mobile home thing across the road over here that they clean up around about once or twice a year, and today happens to be that day. So y'all bear with me if y'all hear that in the background. But anyway, I digress. I asked Terry, I said, you been over to the Bear & Son booth yet? He said, oh yeah, I spent some time over there. I talked to this guy, blah, blah, blah. People, I have no idea who they are. He knows them. But I said, well, I'm going to go over there and see if they have any of those large Barlows everybody keeps talking about that I can't find in stock anywhere. He said, well, I know they got the yellow ones, the yellow large barlows, because I just bought one. And the yellow one is number one on my hit list. So I said, you know what? I'm going to play copycat. I'm going to go get one of them. Ha ha! Hee. Ready? Don't that sky pretty? My Lord. Good Lord paints with a broad brush. Wow. I love that yeller. That's just red stain, folks. I didn't cut myself or nothing. I took care of that yesterday. Haha. I am going to try to wind up with all these barlows just because they're American made, carbon steel, and gorgeous. And this one caught my eye. Yep. Now this knife has never been on my radar. I've never even looked at one. I've looked at the Bear and Son. Look at that. This is a slip joint, folks. Are you looking at that? Let me move out in the sun. Get it focused. That looks like one solid piece of metal, don't it? Incredible. And that, yep, that little swayback G10 spoke to me. As Terry would say, the angels sang. Because look at here. Oh, look at it. I am all about Warren Cliffy, sheep's footy, goat toe, whatever you want to call it. I'm all about that. I love the shapes of these blades, and this knife is dope. Well, the guy at the Bear and Son table said, man, if you like those, no problem. So before you ring it up, I want to get one of those hats over there. They had like 3 or 4 different kind of hats. I picked out the one list. I want to add one of them to it too. I got you. But then he says, hey, I tell you what we'll do. We'll throw in the Barlow and the swayback for $100. You shall ring me up. Then he says, throw in the hat for free. Now you're speaking of my language. That's the Bear and Son story. Terry and Kevin says, hey, the wives are sitting outside in a little hallway out here. We're gonna go see if they want to grab something to eat. You guys game? I'm like, yeah. Don't get me wrong, folks. I was enjoying myself, and I got a good dose of what Bladeshow's about. But I was ready to go. Next year, now that I know what to expect, probably have to drag me out of that place. Yep. But you know what? That's not the end of the nice story from Bladeshow. You see, Brother Terry and I had done a trade, and he brought my part of the trade to Bladeshow with him to give me, along with some really, I was going to say good goodies, awesome goodies. But I'm going to do that in a separate video because I don't want this video to be 11 hours long, and I got to tell you how we got home. So after we all shook hands and gave hugs and said be safe, and you know, my daughter and I left. My daughter Cornmuffin, aka CC, was with me. And yeah, we left. And as crazy as this sounds, neither one of us have ever been to Buc-ee's. So we typed in Buc-ee's near me into the Googleizations, you know, the searching stuff. And I just did that again, didn't I? We typed it in, and we found out that up I-75 from Atlanta, I think it was about 55 miles, there was a Buc-ee's. So we set sail. Our first impression of Buc-ee's,
I can't believe it. We've made it. And you heard it here first. They're putting up a freaking Buc-ee's car wash.
oh, how's that?
Turn right.
I wonder if beavers come out and wash your car. Oh my gosh, it's very wow.
Man, there's a
On your right.
It's like a whole city up in here. Siri, be quiet. We're already here. Now that's a lot of gas. Wouldn't you know it? Front row seats.
darn right. See what we can find in here. Man, it's a funky store. They got a little everything. Ain't that right, Cornmuffin? That's pretty cool.
There's a big crowd because you can take a picture with Buc-ee.
Barry and Sons. I saw the knife doctor Kevin do a little spread where he bought a bunch of these. That's a nice one. Buck. I guess Buc-ee's would have to have buck knives, I think. That might have to go home with me. Found a hat. And it's orange. Oh my gosh. Holy moly. Oh, looky there. You never know what you'll see at Buc-ee's. Y'all, I got some Buc-ee's nuts. Got pecans. That sugar cookie ice cream, Chelt.
That's good, but not as good as these
Beaver nuggets. Uh-oh. Yeah. Y'all, this place has 260 gas pumps. Can you believe that? 260 gas pumps. Not to mention all the killer stuff inside. I mean, you could basically do all your shopping at Buc-ee's, and their prices are really reasonable. And we were looking around, and that knife I was showing you guys in the little clip, the Barry and Son lock back, kind of looked like a Buc-110. I was looking around for one of the people to open it, and they are all super, but this place, they are all super helpful. Everybody in there, it's like they went to the sweet factory and bought everybody. But everybody was super busy, and I said, well, let's finish our shopping. I'm going to get somebody to do that last. And I forgot. And next weekend, we're going to have a probably 3-hour drive. Just go for a drive. And I got a feeling we're going to accidentally wind up at Buc-ee's. We may even hook up the camper, and we'll just go to Buc-ee's on vacation next year. Okay, so we left Buc-ee's. Cornmuffin's driving now.
She drives me crazy.
We went from Atlanta up 75 to Adairsville, and we're leaving Adairsville, and we're going kind of the back way up through here, and yeah, we get it home.
Adair's a really good music artist. I like her song, Hello.
Yeah, Adair.
I love Adair.
She got a song called Howdy.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That is our new route. 3 hours, 24 minutes. 6:39, so that means we'll be about 10, 11 o'clock getting home. Okay, we left Buc-ee's, decided to take an alternate route home. So we're now somewhere betwixt Jasper, Georgia, and Chattanooga, Tennessee, from Atlanta. We'll get home sometime tonight. We're having a nice adventure. Hello, looky yonder. Yep. Are we having fun? You having fun? Hey, Cornmuffin. You having fun?
Yes. Yes, I am.
How can you not have fun with that? We're going to get back in the car and continue this journey. Found this strange SpongeBob Illuminati symbol. Continues. Elliott Food Mart into Dawsonville, Georgia. Awesomeville from Dawsonville. Now, I'm a huge Bill Elliott fan from back in the days when NASCAR was NASCAR. You know, when they used to race and stuff. Instead of being a political organization. We had a blast. Bladeshow driving down there. The Bladeshow itself, meeting everybody. Our adventure coming home, because once we got up in the highlands of Georgia and everything, we lost cell signal, and well, the maps weren't real good, but we found our way out. And it took a little longer than we perhaps thought it would.
One eternity later.
Just got home and it's 20 till 2. Oh Lord, my fanny hurts. So it was a great day. I hope you guys got something out of this. Just figured I'd share the first experience, the Bladeshow, and our little epic adventure. It was kind of like Ernest Goes to Town Part 90. I'll cut this a little shorter because I've got a lot more stuff I could put in here and I'd planned on putting in here, but we're already at getting kind of long. So until I see you fellers and fellerettes again, I hope you have a great day, night, week, whenever you're watching this, of course. And until I talk to y'all again, peace and God bless. We out.